they're giving Raquel Gonzalez the push that Rhea Ripley had last year.
Mm-hmm.
I give her a push, but that's a conversation for another. That's a conversation for another time.
All right. We're going to go ahead and start a little early.
That's tomorrow.
What's that?
Lyft just gave me set up a promotion of get 3 trips. Yeah, get 3 trips for 15.
Oh shit! Yeah. Plug you in. Thank you for reminding me. Oh no. All right. Ready?
Here we are. We are live, folks.
We are live. It's Big Cuff Daddy Glenn Cuff, and to my right is none other than Mr. Otis himself. We are the Forgotten Friends Podcast. Yes. And we're here today to talk a lot of wrestling.
A lot of wrestling.
Wrestling.
A lot of good stuff this weekend.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff this whole week so far.
So what we're gonna really jump into right now, I know we're probably not gonna have any chronological order, but we're gonna get off with the big thing over the weekend, which was none other than NXT War Games.
No, you mean War Games.
War Games.
War Games.
War Games. I like that little thing that they did.
Yeah.
Where everybody trying to imitate William Regal. War Games. All of you. Abysmal. It's War Games. But yeah, War Games Takeover 2020. What are your thoughts on what do you want to do? You want to do the highlights? You want to run down each match?
I thought it was a great show. I thought it was pretty solid. Like I said, I was surprised that they started off with the women's War Game match, to be honest. I thought that would have been kind of like in the middle of the show, maybe.
Yeah, true.
I thought they would at least started off. I honestly thought whatchamacallit would have started off first. I thought Thatcher and Ciampa would have started. That was like my match of the night, though.
Yeah.
Like I like both Ciampa and I like both and Thatcher. Thatcher's a dope wrestler. Like,
Yeah.
He reminds me a lot of like. He
I
reminds
like
me of a young William Regal.
Yeah, that was.
Or Lord Steven Regal. That's what it reminds me of, like Lord Steven Regal and Fit Finley.
Yeah, like that was a battle of two tough as nails guys. Like I know a lot of people throw that term around, tough as nails, but these are two guys who are literally tough as hell. Timothy Thatcher's like one of those guys. He's like I don't want to compare him to him. Like their styles might be a little different, but Timothy Thatcher, when I see him, he's like Chris Benoit. Like, a guy so rugged and tough, like, what the hell do you have to do just shy of killing him to beat him? No pun intended.
Poor choice of words there. Nah,
yeah. But yeah, like, he's just tough as hell. And Ciampa, he's a guy who fits that bill too. Like, what the hell do you have to do to beat this guy? Like, do you have to damn shoot this mug and beat him? Like, damn, it was a classic between the two. I wouldn't mind seeing another match between them, to tell you the truth.
I'd love to see like a trilogy between them two. Like, have since Ciampa won the first one, have them rematch, have Thatcher win the second one, and then just have them have like a rubber
gimmick match.
Yeah.
Like
a strap match or something.
Yeah, strap. I was gonna say that. What was that match they did with Riddle and Thatcher? Was it not the Lions Den? It was something else.
They had a lion.
Yeah, it was a cage match, but it was like
a pit fight. Yeah, a pit fight or something.
Yeah, like they had the platform above the cage, and they was jumping off of that shit. And I was like, damn. But I wouldn't mind seeing that between them two.
That's a feud. That's a feud that I'm very invested in.
Yeah. And speaking of the women's War Games match, that was a pretty good War Games match by the women. I didn't really realize that damn Candice LeRae had won the first one. Hell,
she was?
Yeah, she was like one of two women on her team. It was her and Rhea Ripley. Because I think Dakota Kai had turned on her team.
Yeah.
And Tegan Knox got injured from the attack of Dakota Kai. Yeah, so I was like, damn. And then the interesting part was Raquel Gonzalez got the pin on the NXT Women's Champion in the match. So I'm like, hell, maybe they setting her up as the next contender for the NXT Women's title.
Yeah, and like I said, more on that because NXT. They're trying to give her. She's getting the momentum right now. Because like I said, she pinned Io. in the women's War Games match.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, when we get to NXT, we'll talk a little bit more about that. But I just feel like I feel like they're gonna give her the push that they gave Rhea Ripley last year. That's what I feel like they're going.
I just hope it ain't the same result though.
Yeah.
That's a big possibility on that one.
Not. If they feed her to Charlotte Flair, I would be mad.
I don't think they're gonna feed her to Charlotte Flair, but it's like you book her so much, and then all of a sudden you just knock her right back down. It's like stop and go. And I can't stand that type of booking, to tell you the truth.
That's wrong. That's in a nutshell.
Yeah.
And then
they had the strap match. Speaking of strap matches, Dexter Lumis and Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes, he actually growing on me. Both him and Dexter Lumis, two uprising guys coming up through the ranks and stuff. Excuse me on that. But yeah, they're both growing on me. Good match between them guys. I don't know. I think it's time for them to go separate directions because we didn't see.
Where would they go though?
Let's see. Cameron Grimes can probably go into it. He probably go with anybody else you put him with. I'd like to see him go for the North American title. Dexter Lumis, I'm waiting on him. Like, who would he be good with?
He's a weird one. He's a
weird one.
Put a few with because I think he could work with anybody because his gimmick. Hey, his gimmick to me is more of a tweener gimmick. Yeah. I wouldn't have him as a babyface. You have him as a tweener.
Yeah.
I could have him.
I have him tormenting heels and faces at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who you would put with him right now because he's sort of coming off as like a face and stuff. I'm trying to think. I think he'd probably be good with Johnny Gargano too. Think about it, like Johnny Gargano's trying to weasel out of something, and this is the perfect guy, you know, to have him play his strength of being a chicken shit heel. And so I think it'd be good if either one of them go for the North American. Well, with Cameron Grimes, you gotta have a good baby face for him to go against and stuff. You just can't put him with like another heel. Yeah.
Heel versus heel matches are never really
like
good.
Even babyface versus babyface, because one guy's gonna ultimately play the heel in that and stuff. That's just like what we saw with Survivor Series and stuff.
Man, speaking of Johnny Gargano, he won the title. He's now a 3-time North American champion.
The first NXT superstar to win North American title 3 times. I thought Ruff was gonna come out and retain, but
man, that was a gimmick.
Yeah.
Once the clock struck midnight, when you knew what time it was, you knew he was about to do the job.
I give him credit. While he was North American champion, he did get a little spotlight on him and stuff. He married, he's not married, but he got engaged to his girlfriend, who was a fellow WWE referee. I think her name is Aja Smith, the black girl.
Yeah, the black girl.
Yeah. So he's got engaged to her while North American champion, and hell, he got to have all those matches with Gargano and Damian Priest and stuff. So
Damian Priest. Well, we'll get to Damian Priest.
But yeah, what about Damian Priest, man, taking out all those Ghostface guys, and then one of them hits him with a damn pipe. I'm like, damn.
I feel like he has the chance to be like a potential
Undertaker replacement.
Not Undertaker. The Undertaker replacement had. I think they dropped the ball on that a long time ago. That was Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
And then Aleister Black, you could have had potentially, but like I said, they don't really want to do anything with him apparently now.
Yeah.
I think he could be up there because he's a good big man worker. Like I said,
he's got that gothy attitude and look, and he sort of got like a dark tone to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I was saying, like, Undertaker, he could be, like, I guess, who else would that be able to put him as? It could be, like, he sort of channeled it, like a new coming-of-age Razor Ramon.
Yeah. Living infamy.
Yeah. Living infamy.
Living infamy.
Well, not the whole, like, gothic thing, but, like, the more or less, like, you know how, like, when he won the North American title, he was partying with the girls and shit?
Yeah.
Like, I could see that swagger there, like, Razor Ramon, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, look at here.
Watch WWE, he go to the main roster, watch WWE make him the fake Razor.
No, he gonna be the son of Razor. Instead of hiring Razor Ramon's son, they gonna make him Razor Ramon's. So like what they did with Big Show and WCW. He's Andre Giant's son.
Ain't nobody gonna hire Scott Hall's son anywhere.
I think he signed with MLW.
No,
didn't he get
he
released?
signed with MLW, and he was fired 30 seconds. He didn't even make it a whole minute.
Not even on to a show.
I don't mean to go off on a tangent here, y'all, but this man got fired. How you get fired in your How you get fired in your orientation? Like, as soon as he signed the application, it was like, damn. Welcome to the well, matter of fact, hey man, you got to go. Get this shit and go. It was like, dog, how? How do you get fired in the orientation? You didn't even get, like, they gave you one slideshow and they kicked you out the door. Like, how?
All right, y'all. Welcome to MLW. Okay, you got to go. Go.
They're like, hey, welcome to ML. No, nah.
You got to go.
I bet this 401k is like 2 pennies. That man ain't even got a 401k right
2 pennies. Damn. Where you gonna take it?
His 401k is an edible. What's the edible?
Edible arrangements.
Yeah, he got an edible arrangements basket and like 2 pennies.
Damn.
He got 2 pineapples.
Damn. But to get back on topic.
Sorry about that, y'all.
What was the other match they had at NXT singles match?
Wasn't it?
It was a triple threat match.
Wasn't it like, I know Swerve, it wasn't a Swerve.
No, that was on NXT.
Oh, okay.
Damn. Strap match.
Strap match. The War Games, the men's War Games match.
Yeah, well, I think that's it. The men's War Games match. And then we got like a little bit of a teaser of Karrion Kross, which we're going to get into later, returning.
The men's NXT match, War Games match was dope.
Yeah, it was dope, man.
Freaking Pat McAfee, man.
I just want to know what they're going to do, like, if they ever call up Undisputed Era and it comes back around to War Games again. Like, what are they going to do?
Have?
Yeah, like
the flagship.
It's going to be like, it's like having a War Games match without the 4 Horsemen. Like, who the hell are you going to have to enter this damn thing and be the, the staple of it?
That's the problem with NXT, too, though, right now. Like, that's why I feel like that's why I feel like the Undisputed Era has been down there so long. But honestly, I think they would have been called up about.
Well, I was gonna say one thing. There's one faction, but I think the pandemic has to come under control first, and that's Imperium. That's the only other group I can see.
Oh my God, I would love to see that in the damn War Games. I mean, they had that match, which was amazing, and it was amazing, even though I think Alexander Wolf knocked himself out.
Yeah, he got hurt.
The other two cats. What's the other two cats' names?
Marcel Bethal and Fabian Eichner.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
Yeah, I was thinking that they would probably do that this War Games, have them too, because they did a little bit of a before War Games to build Imperium doing something against Undisputed Era or whatever, calling them out or something. I think it was for a tag team title before Breezango had took it off of them. I was like, damn, it'd be dope if they do games with them and stuff.
And they still never remember they had that match with they had the Imperium had that match with Undisputed Era, which they got costed.
Yeah.
Technically, Adam Cole costed them, but it was during that feud with him and Pat McAfee.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. But I think the shining star out of this whole War Games match for the men was Pete Dunne. Like, he put in work in that match. He went the distance, though.
I would say Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah, Kyle O'Reilly, too. I mean, like, Pete Dunne, he was like, he had to protect Pat McAfee a lot in the match. Like, Pat McAfee really didn't do as much as I expected him to do. Like, he did do some spots and stuff. But, like, Pete Dunne pretty much saved his ass most of that match and stuff. And then had to still go out there. He was the first one in for his team, too. So I was like, damn. But Kyle O'Reilly, we've already seen displays of his talent and stuff, and I think, Undisputed Era breaks up, like, other than Adam Cole, maybe Roderick Strong, I think Kyle O'Reilly's going to be a star in the making as well.
I agree. Him and Adam Cole are probably like the 2 breakout guys of that group. I can see Roderick Strong having a solid mid-card career. Bobby Fish, I feel like after if the Undisputed Era break up, I feel like they're going to turn him into a joke.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I heard he had injured during War Games too, so I think they said he had surgery today.
Damn.
Or not today, but maybe sometime during the week that he had surgery after War Games, because you remember when I think it was a spot where Pete Dunne stomped on his arm in between the rings. they were saying that was a spot where he tore his tricep, so he had to get surgery.
Stay getting hurt. I mean, no, he's another guy. He's injury prone.
He's injury prone, but he's talented, but he's injury prone.
He's a great worker. Like I said, everybody in Undisputed Era are great workers. Yeah. That's the thing. I said I would say Adam Cole is probably. Like I said, Adam Cole is gonna be like he's the guy for that group. He literally can work. He can talk. Yeah. And then like I said, Kyle O'Reilly is just gonna be. I think he's gonna be the man. I think he has a chance to. Yeah. Because he's great worker.
He's proven himself now. Like
sell his ass off. Yeah. He's best seller of the group in my opinion.
Yeah. But yeah, that was War Games in a nutshell. I thought it was pretty good. War Games. Probably not the best War Games, but it was good and stuff.
I'll say compared to last year's War Games, it was not as good as last year's War Games. But like I said, I agree. It gets about a 7.5 out of 10 for me. That's like I agree. Solid. It was a solid show.
And speaking of which, remember last episode I was talking about Mauro Ranallo? Yeah. So Mauro Ranallo, I guess, did an interview with some other news site or whatever, and was talking about his time in WWE. He said his time in WWE was nothing but hell. Like he was like strung out, like stressed out all the time in WWE. And remember, I was telling you, I said you see the difference in Mauro when he called a boxing match versus when he was in NXT. He seemed like very high strung, like he was stressed out or whatever, and it was always somebody on his ass about something. Yeah. And in the boxing, he was like cool, calm, collected, relaxed. He's like WWE. He's like, if you can't handle stress, don't go there to work.
That's the thing too, though. And the thing is too, the reason why he probably was stressed out because you in WWE as a commentator, you have literally somebody in your ear, literally every second telling you what to say, what to.
They micromanage
you in commentary. See, when he was doing the boxing show, it was literally like call it as you see it. Yeah. And that's the problem in WWE. Like they want to micromanage everything. Yeah. Even on commentary, it's literally that's why probably a lot of people hate Michael Cole.
I can't stand that motherfucker.
Yeah, that's probably why that's one of the reasons why you hate Michael Cole. Like listen to if you look at Michael Cole and like listen to Michael Cole on commentary like 2003 when he was on the main man, him and Taz. Yeah. Listen to him then and then listen to him now. Yeah. And then like compare. It's night and day. Because then they weren't like you have Vince telling them like, hey, mention Twitter. Say the big dog. Say it's boss time. Say like it's literally been force feeding them lines. It's like emphasizing like, dude, just call. That's the reason why a lot of people turn away from it because you're not telling me what's going on in the ring. I can give a fuck.
And he's like an old guy, and he's trying to use like pop culture references, and it comes off as awkward and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why I cannot stand that motherfucker. I mean, Michael Cole, I'm pretty sure he good, cool guy behind the scenes or whatever. But listening to him when Roman Reigns or Sasha Banks come out, man, I'm like, dude, you sound like a damn like. And it's not just him; it's like other
comments.
What's that?
Rumpel comments. Rumpel, I wish you could be here, dog. Yeah, I hope you get well soon. Rumpel commented, sadly, Kyle O'Reilly is going to end up like Cesaro. Could be great on his own, but relegated to tag team. That's unfortunately, as long as with Vince McMahon, because Vince, he don't have like that bodybuilder physique. He's not 6 feet or taller, so there's a possibility for that. And then Bobby's watching too. What's up, Bobby?
Hello, Bobby.
And Bobby said around 2000, 2003, I think Heyman was in charge of SmackDown when Cole and Taz was on commentary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's about the time.
Yeah, because I remember he put together the Big Six tag teams or Big Six guys in the 3 tag teams: Angle and Benoit, Edge, and I think
Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
That's why SmackDown was like for the longest time. That's why SmackDown was like the best show. Like I mean, still to me, SmackDown is better than Raw. That's why SmackDown. That's why SmackDown for the longest time because you had like the workhorses on the show.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Moving right along into SmackDown from last week. Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch it because of some stupid shit going on between freaking local channel Fox News and damn Dish Network, so now I don't have freaking Fox, so I can't watch motherfucking SmackDown and see the Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, beat the hell out of every damn body on the damn show.
I didn't see much. To be honest with you, I don't have cable So I'm literally I have smart TV, and in order for me to even watch Fox, like I have the Fox app, but in order for me to even watch SmackDown, I have to have like a TV subscriber, and I don't really have one. So I don't think I'm relegated to watching like highlights.
Yeah.
SmackDown, from what I've seen, it was pretty dope. Yeah. Like I've seen
I like the Pat Patterson tribute that they did. It went across all 3 shows this week. They did a 6-man tag match as a tribute to Pat Patterson, and they even had the first ever
Intercontinental title. Yeah, I'd like for them to use that belt to bring that belt back.
Yeah, I agree. So they had that match. Big E coming out with the new music. How you did like that?
I like it. They brought him back to his old. He came out there. I like that. They had him come out. I like that. Like, if they give me that,
they still got, I think, the new gear attire, but just the new theme song. And I even noticed this too. Like, well, I'm gonna mention it when we get to Raw. When I seen the New Day come out, they took him out of the graphics and stuff for the New Day and everything. So looks like they're still going forward with the.
Russell said, "I can't watch motherfucking SmackDown. Cuff, that ain't PG."
Well, this podcast ain't PG, so hell, I ain't worried about it. Hell, this ain't WWE. We covering WWE, but this ain't WWE. Hell, this man don't own me. He don't rule me. He ain't my daddy.
That's such good shit. You're fired.
But yeah, the big thing coming out of SmackDown was the Roman Reigns rampage. Beating down.
It also looked like they're gonna. It looked like the Roman Reigns' next challenger for the title, the Universal title, is gonna be. Is it the WWE title or Universal title on SmackDown?
Universal.
The next challenger for the Universal title is gonna be Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
And
I think it's gonna be a TLC match at TLC for that. He beat down not only Otis, not only Kevin Owens, but Jey Uso.
He initiated Jey Uso. That was the funniest ass whooping I ever seen. But nah, it's the second funniest, because the ass whooping he gave to Otis was, he punched my man off the apron. It just started.
But in fact, that motherfucker didn't even come out for the match. He came out later on.
Yeah.
Like after Jey went out there and like worked his ass off against 2 guys.
He whooped his ass. It was the worst way. He whooped his ass off. Then he beat him with the steel steps. That was the worst part of him getting beat with the. You just see, doom. You just see him just sitting there. I'm like, damn, Otis. Otis getting his ass whooped. I said, this ain't the second time he got initiated out there. And then they whooped Kevin Owens' ass. Now the funniest part about that though, like the camera angle they had after like they beat up Kevin Owens, he like handled that, and then I was like, oh, he about to get his ass because you see when he jumped on, he was hurting. Yeah. I said, Roman like looked at him like, motherfucker, you gonna pull this bullshit? I got something for your ass.
They were saying one interesting thing about that match was Roman Reigns' first loss in a long time. Well, because he'd been sitting out during the pandemic and then other stuff too. But they were saying that was like his first official loss because it was a DQ.
Yeah, they still got to make him look strong.
Yeah, but yeah, that was crazy.
Now the funniest part though, because he looked over and he just went, "Blah!" He said, "How many times do I got to keep reminding you?" I'm like, "Yo."
He beat the hell out of everybody.
I said that gave me Farouk whooping Savio Vega's ass vibes right there.
I had to take it back. When during the NXT Women's War Games match, I seen somebody pull off their belt. I was like, oh shit, she about to do that damn ass whooping like Farouk. And then they went there and used the belt to keep the cage closed. I'm like, damn. I was like, she should have whooped her ass with that belt. But yeah.
Rumpel says Reigns versus Owens in a TLC match has been made for the pay-per-view. Yeah. I feel like when we do the predictions for that, I'll talk about that.
We also had Forgotten Sons coming out with King Corbin. They're his new backup now. 2/3 of the Forgotten Sons, Wesley Blake and what's his name, Cutler.
Steve Cutler.
Yeah, Steve Cutler.
I'm about to say Brandon Cutler. I'm like, no, that's the dude from AEW.
Yeah. So they seem like they're the new tag team lining themselves with King Corbin to take on the Mysterio family while Rollins is out. And Corbin got, I guess, revenge because he won the match.
Corbin works best when he's in a. His heel shtick works better when he has like a group with, when he has like a group of
other guys that like do the dirty work for him, and he can pay his chicken shit heel. So yeah, I agree with that. What was considered a big deal also from SmackDown Natalia wound up beating Bayley with the sharpshooter. And a lot of fans are upset because, you know, Bayley's coming off that historic run as women's champion on SmackDown. And now she's been relegated to losing Peyton Royce, now Natalia.
But that's all to set up the feud between her and Bianca Belair. That's what it's setting up for. Like a lot of fans get narrowed. A lot of fans get tunnel vision when they see stuff like when they see like somebody who, like I said, Bayley's. I said they're not burying Bayley by any means.
She's still getting TV time.
She's still getting TV time, but she's not being buried.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna. She's losing matches, but it's a setup for a feud with the Bucks. The thing is, they're setting up a feud with her and Bianca Belair. That's what the end game is for that.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of fans are.